G'day all, welcome back to Built by Chris. Well, that's no good. G'day all, welcome back to Built by Chris. In this episode I fix a massive problem that I've got in my workshop, and that is the uneven floor that I've got in here. Now I can't bring a grinder in and grind the floor flat. It's going to be expensive, messy, and it probably can't be done. So I'm going to do the next best thing. I'm going to try and work out a way to be able to level this up without too much trouble anywhere in the workshop. And I think I've come up with a solution. As you can see, this one's solid now. If you want to see how I did that, follow me and I'll show you how simple it was. I found a piece of scrap timber. It's all milled up, beautiful, it's square. And all I'm going to do is a bit of a check through here, so I'm just going to cut that off. I'm only going to need about that much anyway, because the idea that I have to keep this workbench from wobbling will only need about this much timber. So let me just cut that off. Okay, the next step is I'm going to cut a 45-degree bevel here to basically create a dovetail slide in here. What I've got to do is first mark out how wide my leg is. I think it's 85 from memory, 85 mil. And then I'm going to adjust it accordingly, and then I'm going to cut a piece out of here. So bear with me, I'm just going to go and measure up the table leg, make sure I've got the right measurement, and I'll be right with you. Now what I've done is I've marked out, it was going to be 45 degrees, but it looked too steep for me. So this is 63 degrees, what my little cube said. So I've marked it to 63 degrees now. And I'm just going to cut these pieces out. So it's going to be like a sliding dovetail, okay? So there's my marks. Let's get ahead and start cutting. Okay, there's my first piece. Now I'm going to cut my second piece. And now my fourth piece is just going to be a 90-degree cut. So let me set up for that. There we go. There's my pieces. My three pieces. Now I've just got to measure to make sure it's not wider than the leg, and it's perfect, but it's going to be too tight. So I'm just going to take a shave off one of these sides here. And when I say a shave, it's going to be less than a mil. Less than a mil. I can't do that because it's going to slide under the fence. I can't do that because there's nothing holding it down. If you're unsure of a cut, don't do it. If you find there's an easier way to do it that way. But I'm going to try this. Let's see how I went. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. On to my next step. Okay, my next setup here is I've got a straight cutting router bit in here. I've got 2 stop blocks on either end because I want to stop it from going too far. And I've got it to cut right through the middle here. Now the reason I've taped all this together, because again I didn't think this through, but I should have cut the groove first and then the 2 mitered parts. But because I didn't think it through, I've had to tape it all together, and all I'm going to do now is just plunge down, run the cut to one side, run the cut to the other side, lift it up until I come all the way through. So here we go. Okay, now all I'll do is take all this tape off. And there we have a groove all the way through. You just see the tape through the other side. So that's a success. The reason I've done that groove is to accept this bolt. That's going to slide up and down here. On to the next step. Right, what I've got to do now is, this is where it's all going to go. So I've got to do a few things first. Number one, I've got to check out that thickness out of this leg so that it all sits flush, because I want it to sit flush. I don't want it to be sticking out. I need to take this off because when I start cutting through here I'm going to be cutting metal, and I don't want to do that with my blade. Then I'm just going to clean all that out, and then I'm going to glue these down, except for this piece. Glue these down here, 1 and 2. Glue them down, screw them down so they don't move, and then this becomes a sliding dovetail in here. So that when I get to an uneven floor I can just drop this down and it'll take up that slack. So let me mark out for this and get on with it. Okay, that's all checked out now. So now I'm just going to glue and screw these bits down and move on to the next step, which is then I've got to drill a hole through, straight through the leg, to accept the bolt that's coming through. Okay, so let's get on with that. I think 2 will be enough. Okay, next thing I've got to do is drill a hole through the middle. There we go, I've just marked the spot where I want to drill that hole. I've got the drill bit in there, and away we go. let's test it out. Okay. So for Joe, that's how the bench wheels. Anywhere I want it to go. When I got it where I want it to be, just lift up these flaps. Okay. Now, of course, I put it in a spot where there's no wobble whatsoever, so I can't test the leg. There's absolutely no wobble in that at all. Let me find a spot that wobbles. Okay, there's wobble there. So all I do now, loosen the nut, push that down as far as it goes, the centerpiece, and tighten it up. And there is absolutely no wobble in that whatsoever now. It works. Okay. If you like what you saw in that video, give me a thumbs up. If you think I could have done something a little bit better, maybe a different method, drop me a line in the comments below, and I'll read them all. Always take a little bit of constructive criticism on board, but I'm going to call that a success. I'm very, very happy with that now. The floor in this garage is it's atrocious. To find a level spot in this garage is damn near impossible. So when I did the bench, I made sure all the legs were exactly the same length. But as soon as I put it down on its feet, it started wobbling like crazy. It's the concrete floor. So this is my solution to it. I think that works, like I said, that works great. There's no wobble in that whatsoever. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now. So just a quick note before I go. To Wanda, I tried to send your package off to you the other day, but apparently all the borders are closed across the world, so Australia Post cannot deliver anywhere in the world. And no company is delivering anywhere in the world. It's not just the United States, it's everywhere. So if I wanted to send a pen to Upper Kambukta West, it wasn't going to happen because we can't do it. So I'm just going to have to wait till this coronavirus thingy ends and everybody opens up their borders again, and that's when I'll send you your pen. I'm very, very sorry for the delay, but as soon as I can, it'll be sent off to you. Thanks for watching.